If you want to build a $100,000 business and more, it would help to have the laws of the universe on your side. Why? Because you can thwart the laws of man, but you can't thwart the laws of the universe, so you may as well use them to help you out. How do I know how to do this? I've done it for myself multiple times, and I've helped my clients do the same. I have one client who closed over $250,000 within a year with less than 5,000 Instagram followers. Same client closed $20K 5 days before New Year's. I have other clients closing thousands of dollars of sales, 4,000, 6,000, 7.5K, all sorts of money all over the place. This is what I do. It's what I love to do. Business is my highest value. Let's get into it. This is how to build a $100,000 business using the laws of the universe. So firstly, we got to understand, what are the laws of the universe? I'm going to draw this out for you. First, we're going to have a triangle up here. Triangle today is not so big because I need more space. So up here is what we call the all. That is God, the all, the creative force in the universe. The first law of the universe is mentalism, okay? This square down here represents your mind, mentalism. This means the all is mind. And what you have to understand about money and the economy is something called panpsychic. Pan meaning all, psychic meaning mind. Okay, the economy is built upon the way people think. Everything brought into existence was once a thought, was once an idea in somebody's mind, including money. Now, mentalism is the only universal law that's up for like debate because it's a conceptualization of what God is, right? The mind of God, the creative force of God, where everything comes from. So that idea is up to debate because, you know, the conceptualization of God is always up to debate. But to carry this on, I need you to understand that that is the premise of all of this. The all is mind. Everything in your reality has been caused due to the way you think. You are seeing this video and getting something different from it than the other person watching because of your mind. Okay? Reality is built upon your mind. The second law is correspondence. So we live within 3 planes of existence. We have spiritual, boom. We have mental, and down here we have physical. So the physical plane is reality. Most people want to import money into their reality. So down here is reality. Right? Up here is your mind. Up here is your soul. Boom. Now, what's the third law of the universe? So this is correspondence, right? Spiritual, mental, physical. This is the second law of the universe, correspondence. These are all connected. The physical is connected to the mental is connected to the spiritual. If you are physically sick, it will affect your mind. And if it affects your mind, it will affect your spirit, the energy that you put into the world. If your spirit is strong, you have good energy, you have magnetism, you have influence, you have power, that is going to affect your mind differently and is going to affect your body and physical reality differently. What you have to understand is that the mind is the bridge between the spiritual and the physical. Everything originates from the spiritual realm. This is the source of creation. This is where creation originates. But you use your mind to access it and draw things into reality. Okay? Correspondence. Now, third law of the universe is vibration. What you need to understand about up here is vibrating fast. Down here, ooh, we slow down. Y'all have seen this diagram before. I can use it to explain many things, but we're adding a little bit to it today in terms of talking about money. So, the fastest point of vibration in the universe. All vibration is your level of awareness, your level of consciousness, how aware you are of reality and how reality operates. The all, God, universe, ultimate synthesized consciousness, is aware of it all, right? You, as you move up, you will become more aware. And the more aware you are, the more you can import money into your life. And we're going to get to that. Fourth law is polarity. So in the mind, on one side, I'm going to put a negative sign. And I'm going to put a positive sign. Within your mind, you deem things as positive or negative. In the world, there is polarity, light and dark, hot and cold, soft and hard, easy to understand on the physical plane. But in your mind, you judge things as good or bad, right? So that is polarity. What you need to understand about polarity is the furthest spectrums of polarity on either side end up doing the same things. So if you're in the maximum level of darkness, you can't see. If you're in the maximum level of light, you can't see. If you're in the maximum levels of cold, you're gonna freeze to death. If you're in the maximum levels of heat, you're gonna burn. They both result in you going bye-bye, right? So the furthest spectrums, the same thing happens. Rhythm is the fifth law of the universe. We're gonna get to that more as we discuss money, but mentally, you're always swinging between the polarities. And depending on your awareness will determine what you're swung up about. So for instance, if you saw my survival mode video, when you're in survival mode, you get swung up about all sorts of things, and it's easy to get distracted by like Instagram because it makes you happy and it gives you a fantasy, etc. That's the positive side. But then you get swung back here to the negative side, and you're in this rhythm, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If somebody takes drugs, when they take their drugs, they're super happy, super elating, super high. And then when they're off the drugs, negative, swung up in rhythm. Okay, so that's what you got to understand about rhythm. The tides go in and out, the moon comes, the sun comes, the earth is in rhythm, you breathe in rhythm, everything is in rhythm. Finally, number 6, cause and effect. That's self-explanatory. Every cause has an effect, every effect has a cause. You know, I am speaking into this camera right now, and that means you're getting it. You know what I mean? I'm causing this to occur. The effect is you're seeing the video. Cause and effect, very self-explanatory. Final law of the universe is gender. Okay, everything has its masculine and its feminine. Masculine is a projection energy, feminine is a receiving energy. Okay, masculine is the I, feminine is the me, the things that belong to me, right? So it's an energy. That's what you got to understand. Now, when it comes to money, where does money live? Money lives right in between here. You got to understand what money is, okay? Money is an idea and an energy. This is why money lives kind of in between the mind and the soul, okay? Because it's an energy. The soul, the spiritual plane, is basically the unseen. Things that you can't see, but there's an energy to it, there's an emotion to it, there's a vibe to it. Money is an idea, okay? We came up with money to determine value, to exchange value. And what you'll notice about the world and about humanity and about consciousness is that money continues to move up into the spiritual plane. And let me explain. Originally, we had to barter to get money, right? In the physical plane. So this is barter. Which means if you plant some carrots and I make shoes, we might trade them, right? So you give me some carrots, I give you some shoes. But then that becomes kind of annoying and difficult to deal with because I got to carry all these shoes around with me and you got to carry all these carrots around with you, and it's not the most convenient thing. So what happens? Now we start trading gold and silver. Okay? Once again, a physical thing, gold and silver. Gold, I'm carrying around gold and saying, hey, I'm gonna give you this gold for these carrots. This gold is worth something, right? And you can take this gold and bring it to the guy who sells shovels, and he will accept it as value for his shovels. This way, you don't have to carry around a bunch of shoes. I don't have to carry around a bunch of carrots, and he doesn't have to carry around a whole bunch of shovels. But what you understand here is this is physical. So then what happens? We realize, hey man, gold and silver, they're kind of hard to carry around. We have this problem of carrying things around. They're heavy and they're problematic, right? So what happens? We create cash. Cash. Once again, a physical thing. Cash is a piece of paper that is backed by gold, or used to be. I could give you a piece of paper and say, hey, this is worth 5 gold coins. Please give me a shovel. Right? Following me? You following me? Mm-hmm. Yep. So then what happened is Nixon took us off the gold standard, and then they just started printing cash out of thin air. And then money really became energy. Money really became an idea. Now money is in your bank account, in your app. It's zeros and ones. It's not something that you physically carry around. You understand? It is literally within the unseen.
I like that analogy.
You understand? So more and more and more money is moving up from the physical realm to the mind, to the spiritual. And this is what humanity does. This is what consciousness does. We move up from the physical, more into the mental, up into the spiritual. This is what we do. So money, you need to understand, is an idea, and it's an energy. Due to it being an idea, you utilize the mind to get it. Okay? Now, on this side, we have positive amounts of money, right? Lots of money. On this side, we have negative amounts of money. All right? So basically, this side, less money, more money. All right, so I've explained the laws of the universe. I've explained what money is, but why do you need a business? Why do you even need a business? Okay, because you can make money all types of different ways. You don't need a business. You can earn money all types of ways. But here's what you got to understand. I can guess that a lot of people watching my videos are into spiritual related content, and you'd be surprised. Most people actually are into some sort of spirituality, whether they know it or not. Now, you want to move up your enlightenment. You want to move up your consciousness because you're a spiritual individual. You want to level up your awareness because the more aware you are, the more money you will have, and you'll have a different reality, right? Money is going to allow you to change up your reality. So what you need to understand is that business is something that helps you enlighten yourself in ways that nothing else can, because it causes you to have to move up spiritually. Spiritually, you have purpose up here. You have mission. You have vision. Okay? When you have these things, purpose, mission, vision, it moves you up spiritually. Okay? Because you are utilizing your purpose to build a business. Use the value finder. If you don't know your purpose, find out your values. Is very, very important, right? Then you have a mission as you build a business, and you have a vision for what your business could be. All of these things here activate the prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex, okay? All of these things here activate that. That allows you to make decisions. That allows you to have good judgments. That allows you to see your situation and how you can change it, because you're using the part of the mind necessary for looking into the future and making something happen. All right? Business moves you up spiritually. Secondly, you guys might be into all this spiritual content and think that these people don't care about money at all. But I need you to look at the people you look at as spiritual gurus. Let's use Sadhguru, for instance. You think Sadhguru shows up to all these things for free? He had an event here in Toronto the other day, and the tickets were God knows how much money. He made a lot of money. He makes a lot of money.
He also has a coaching course.
He has a course. He has coaching.
This transformational coaching kind of thing.
Sadhguru understands.
And if you saw the car he was driving in some of those videos, I'm just saying, he's definitely spiritually aligned right now, the way the money's pouring into him.
That's what I'm saying. Sadhguru makes money. Mr. Guru, right? Oh no, you're supposed to be poor and meek and have no money. Look at the people that you look up to as gurus. They all have money, okay? And finally, to drill this home, all right? If you're religious, Jesus Christ knew he needed money. Okay? He was funded by Mary Magdalene and several other women. It's in the Bible. I believe it's Luke chapter 8, verse 1 to 3. But if you just Google Luke and Jesus funding, it will give you the verse, okay?
There's a whole bunch of women that invested in Jesus.
Jesus was getting money. He understood that he needed money to put a message into the world and travel about and do what he was doing. So if the Son of God needs to get money, why don't you need to get money? All right? Business is going to help you do it in the greatest way possible. Now that I have prefaced all of this, sorry it took a little bit of time, but now that I have prefaced all of this, we're going to get you to making some money.
And
right.
honestly, I feel like when you're fulfilling your purpose, like spiritually you're aligned, and then that like just aligns everything. Because once you're really in the motions of actually trying to fulfill your purpose, that naturally is the process that occurs.
This is the most important thing. You guys are going to see it in all my videos. Purpose. You need to know your purpose. You get your purpose from your values. Get the value finder tool. All right. And here's what you guys.
It's actually life changing.
Here's what you guys got to understand. Okay. Because there's people asking me questions in the comments about the value finder. I cannot take my time to answer all of that. Okay. Because everyone's values are different. Once you know your values, you end up building a business off of those values, which I'm going to show you how to do. But if I look at everyone's comments and everyone's values and try and build them a business, I will have no time and no money and be overly altruistic. And altruism, being overly altruistic is a perfect way to have no money. So I'm not doing that. I'm going to help y'all make some money. But after you discover your values and you want to build a business off of it, come check me in the next realm. That's what I do for my clients. Now, here, within the mind, okay, I'm going to put a P here in the middle. This P stands for product. What is a product? A product is something that somebody purchases that solves a problem, okay? This can be a physical product. It can be a service. It can be your time. Most people, their product is their time. They haven't discovered how to get value in other ways outside of their time. So a car is a product. Lotion is a product. Plumbing is a service, which is technically a product. Products and services are interchangeable terms, same things, okay? Now, there are different ways in which you can accumulate money in this world, all right? So I'm gonna draw an arrow this way. In this direction, you have low alignment, okay? And actually, let me put it closer to it. Let me get it closer to it. There's always one little erase, okay? It's all good though, all right? I'm gonna write it here. You have low alignment, low problem, which means you're doing something that is not aligned with your purpose, your mission, or your vision, right? And it's not solving that big a problem. So this is how you'll make money. You'll make less money and you'll be less aligned, and it's miserable. This is usually, I call it JIH, okay? JIH. Job I hate. I have had many jobs I did not like, okay? I work construction and mashed up myself all the time. I got a scar here. It's faded now from construction. I worked at the aquarium. I worked at Chipotle. I worked all kind of odd jobs I hated, but they gave me some money, which I'm grateful for, right? Over here, you have high alignment, but low problem, okay? That is called a hobby. All right, so I'm right, hobby. Sorry the writing is not bigger today, guys, but I kind of need the space. So, hobby. Now, your hobby can make you a little bit of money. What happened with me when I got into music is it was a hobby. And I got a little good at it. I got good at sound engineering. And then I had friends in high school who were paying me like, you know, 15, 20 bucks an hour to record them, but $15, $20 an hour work was not going to make me rich. It was very much a hobby. I flipped that hobby into freelancing and worked as a sound engineer for a long time, but it was still time for money. So it was difficult to scale. It was difficult to make more money with. It was capped by my time. It was capped by what I could do personally. But I made okay money there. You can make okay money with a hobby. Then you have this direction, which is low alignment, but a big problem. All right. This is a very dangerous place because everyone else over here will look at you like, oh my gosh, you have so much money. Your life is so perfect. What are you complaining about? Why are you worried? Blah, 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 blah. Because you're in low alignment. Here, you're probably working for like a bigger company and you have more skills and you're making a lot of money. Or maybe you've created a business that isn't necessarily aligned with you. So this happened to me, okay? If y'all know my story, I first started making significant amounts of money as a talent manager in the adult business. If you have a problem with that, just go watch my other videos where I explain how this all operates and that, you know, there's no light without dark. So I was here making a lot of money, tons of money, right? But there was a part of me that is like, there is something wrong here. This is not fully aligned with what I want to do. I'm making tons of money. Everybody's looking at me like, yo, Seth, you're doing all these travels, you're getting all this stuff, you're doing all these great things. But I'm like, I'm not fulfilled. It's not about happiness, okay? It's not about happiness because you're gonna swing back and forth with happiness anyways. It's about fulfillment. And I wasn't fulfilled. I didn't feel like I was in my purpose despite making a whole bunch of money, right? So what happened? This is where you have to understand. If you watch my End Survival Mode video, you have to understand everything happens for you and not to you. Every single one of these things that I did led me this way. This is high alignment, big problem. This is called your life's work. Okay? High alignment. You're doing something that's in your purpose, in your mission, in your vision, and it solves a big problem. So you will make money, okay? This is the positive side of money. You will make more money, okay? This side you will make less. So you have high alignment plus a big problem. There's no way that you're not gonna make a bunch of money, right? So with the next realm, I'm far more aligned with what I'm doing. Once I started doing this type of stuff and making this sort of content, what happens? The spiritual is like, you're linked up. You did what you were supposed to do. I struggled for over a year to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Within 2 weeks of making this sort of content, I jumped 5,000 subscribers. Okay? No, I first jumped 2K and then a couple videos later, I jumped to 5K. But it took less than 2 months. Okay? So, boom. Now you realize you're getting signals that you're aligned. I just got goosebumps talking about that. That is an indication of spiritual connection. When you get goosebumps about things, positive or negative, you get into certain rooms, you get goosebumps, you're like, I shouldn't be here. You say certain things, you get goosebumps, you're like, I'm spiritually connected. I'm still getting them, okay? So you have to do something that's aligned with you. How do you figure that out? Purpose, Value Finder. Get the Value Finder, guys, get the Value Finder, all right? It's free, it's free. Now that you know this, all you need to do is go about making a business based upon your values that solves a problem for other people. Seth, what problem do I solve? Oftentimes, it's going to be a problem that you've already solved for yourself in the past. So in my instance, there was a time I was incredibly broke and came to making more money, earning more money, learning how money operates. So that's what I teach people. My top 3 values are business, relationships, and teaching. My 4th value is wealth. And this is important to understand. If you don't have values that are in alignment with earning money, you probably won't make much of it. Sorry. What's gonna happen if you need to earn money or import money into your life, what you're likely going to do is outsource it to somebody else. So there's women out there, for instance, they value beauty, being incredibly beautiful, right? So what do? They become incredibly beautiful because they value beauty, and then they go marry a billionaire. They've outsourced the wealth component because they don't necessarily value it the same way, but they know they need money and they know they need wealth in life, right? So if you don't have values that align with some sort of money, it's gonna be a little harder to get, but you can be inventive about how that operates. Also, another way that you can put some more value on money or wealth is that you can deal with contagious frequency. What do I mean by this? If you hang out with 4 people every day who are on it about getting paid, you're going to become the 5th, because frequency is contagious. How that operates is due to the law of gender, which I'm going to talk about right now. So I'm going to talk a bit about gender when it relates to this, because it's very, very, very important in terms of earning money, okay? You see these arrows, they're pointing out, 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 out. What does that mean? Projection, masculine projection. You need to put a message into the world. So let me tell you this. If you're over here, right, and you're working a job that you don't necessarily like, how did you get this job? You probably put in a resume, probably made a call, probably showed up to do something. This is all projection. You had to do something. You have to put something into the world. If you're making money here off of your hobby, you're probably going to need to make content. People are going to need to talk about you, which is projection in itself. You are projecting something into the world, right? If you're low alignment, right, and big problem, you're making a bunch of money, but you're not aligned, it required you to put something into the world. Projection. Maybe you put in your resume for a bigger company or whatever, right? Maybe you're a lawyer. You need to promote yourself as a lawyer. Here, high alignment and big problem, you also need to project a message. YouTube, content, hi guys, marketing. That's what projection is. Project something into the universe. All right.
Ascension's also masculine, which makes so much sense too.
Yes, ascension's also masculine. So your mind's divided in 2. Masculine, feminine. Okay. These are very important. The masculine is more connected up here. Feminine's more connected down here. They are both incredibly important. If you see my other videos, you know what this is all about. The masculine is the I. The feminine is the me. This is your superconscious. This is your subconscious. The subconscious is the womb of creation. Whatever happens in the subconscious will end up in the physical realm, including money. All right. So when you're on your purpose, the things that you believe of yourself, your I statements connect to your mission, connect to your vision. It speaks to your subconscious, because the masculine speaks down to the feminine subconscious, and the subconscious brings that into your reality. Money into your reality. All right. Now, we talked about projection with gender. If you are afraid to put a message into the world, you're going to find it difficult to earn money. If you're afraid to put a message into the world, it's probably because you have an emotional charge around particular things, usually guilt, or you're worried that people are going to say things about you that you don't want to come out. I can help you with this. It's something I deal with my clients with in the next realm. It's very, very important, because things like guilt, things like shame, things like wanting to hide will prevent the amount of money you can make. It will keep you here. It'll keep you here. It will keep you here. And what you have to understand and notice is the guy who lives here uses all of these people to fill out his vision. You understand? The person who works the job, the person who has a hobby and doesn't necessarily know their vision and their mission, he'll hire him as a subcontractor to do something for him. This person down here that he pays a lot of money is doing something for him and moving him to his vision. Don't you want to carry out your own vision? It's not bad to help other people build theirs, but don't you want to build yours? Build your business, right? Now, there's a concept you need to understand of time, space, mass, and charge, all right? The all is timeless. Okay, the all is timeless, spaceless, massless, and chargeless. All right? There is no time living up here. There is no space living up here. There is no mass, no density up here, and there's no charge, emotional charge, right? The all, God, is the synthesis of all things, good and bad. There's no charge there. Down here, I'm gonna draw you guys something. Well, I'm gonna draw it in a second, but here you have time. Down here in physical reality, you have time, you have space, you have mass, you have charge. Things take time. You're watching this video. It takes time, right? Space. I have a space. I have an office, right? Mass. Things heavy, right? Lift things, touch things. They have mass and charge, okay? Emotional charge, back and forth, good and bad. Once again, that lives down here in the physical realm. Now, what you got to understand about money, remember I said money is always aiming to move up here. If we look throughout history, it has been moving up. It's always looked to move up here. So the more you act within timeless, spaceless, massless, and chargeless activities, the more money you will make. So I'm gonna draw you a quadrant down here. It's called the time, space, money quadrant. Here you have big time plus big space. If you live down there, you probably work within a job. Cubicle, you have to show up somewhere all the time. It takes up a certain amount of time, 8 hours a day, and you need to show up in that space or you're not getting paid. This is going to cap the amount of money that you can make because you can only be awake so long. The office is only open so long. You're only going to get paid so much. Next, we have big time, but low space. This here, you're an owner operator. So I know a lot of people like this, accountants, lawyers, a lot of the time, they spend so much time doing what they do, but they can work anywhere in the world. They can hop up on a laptop, do their files, do all that stuff. They can make a decent amount of money. They can make a good chunk of money, but it's eating all their time. And since we know the all is timeless, spaceless, massless, and chargeless, if they figured out how to spend less time doing what they're doing, they would earn more money, right? Over here, you have low time plus low space. This is where you start using the concept of leverage, all right? Leverage is gonna help you make more money. You want a 100K business? You could do it here, right? You actually could do it here in big time plus low space, but I prefer you do it in low time and low space, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you want to spend less time having to earn money and more time with the people you love, more time doing the stuff that you enjoy?
I would love having more time with you.
There you go. So here you're using a concept of leverage. So leverage involves people's labor. Okay, hold on, let's say capital, labor, media, and code. All right, so if you want leverage, so you spend less time working and less space working, you utilize these 4 elements. These are from Naval Ravikant. If you know who he is, big time tech entrepreneur, right? Capital. If you have some money, you can make money. Remember I said projection? You can run ads because you have capital, right? And now that money can make money for your business. If you spend 10 bucks on ads and make $100, you have a money printing machine, but you need some capital to do it. Labor, right? Remember I said this guy here in high alignment and big problem is using these other people as labor, and he uses some capital to pay them. Sometimes he doesn't even use capital. There's people who hit me up all the time, right? They want work, they want a job. They'll work for free at first until they get me some results, right? So sometimes people aren't even trading capital. Other people are trading their time to help somebody with a bigger vision. You want people to work for free? Have a bigger vision. No, don't keep them working for free. They do good work, pay them, right? But that's what occurs. Labor, okay? Media, bang, social media. I'm on YouTube. You use Instagram. You use, well, TikTok's leaving now, Twitter, X, whatever. Media. Before, back in the day, you needed to pay the radio station whole heaps of money to get a message out there. You needed to pay the TV channel how much money to get out there. Now you have YouTube and it's free. And you can access millions of people for free with your phone. But you're not on YouTube. You're not trying to promote what you do to help people so that you can earn more money. All right? You want to build a 6-figure business and higher, you need to help people. Okay? With your purpose, with your vision, with your mission. and use media to do it. And finally, code, AI. Do you realize how quickly AI has sped up my workflow? I have a client that figured out an AI solution to something and he closed $20,000 in 3 days. The man's building a tech company right now. Tech company. I never thought he would be building something like this, but he made $250,000 with less than 5,000 Instagram subscribers. He made $250,000 in a year before he even learned this AI thing because he was moving in his purpose. Everything that he did here, and here within his past moved him to this AI solution. For me, right, every job I worked gave me skills around learning how labor works, how staffing works, all that type of stuff. Here, my hobby within engineering, within making money as a sound engineer, taught me everything about automation, signal flow, business related things, branding. I helped a lot of artists pop off, right? Branding in this particular type of thing. Over here, I made a bunch of money and it helped me understand what I really value. Everything here in these 3 quadrants was meant to get me here. If you understand that reality is rigged in your favor, like I told you in my End Survival Mode video, you will understand everything you've done here is meant to get you here. But once you discover here, once you discover purpose, all of this is gonna click and you're gonna move up and earn more money. Y'all ain't following me, man. Y'all need to be taking notes, all right? Business is my top value. This is what I do every day. Now, code. Code speeds things up. All this social media stuff that is making billions of dollars for people, right? Facebook's $1 billion company. Google, billions. It's code. Netflix, code. Use code to help you. If you're afraid of AI, you just don't want to make money, okay? Utilize the AI to assist you, all right? Now, final quadrant, which I haven't forgot, is no time plus no space. No, it's not 100% no time and no space, but it's damn near close to it. And this is the quadrant of investment, basically. If you just take your money, put it in the market, S&P 500, for instance, which has on average an 8 to 10% return over the years, over time, you put your money in there, your money's making money, and you can automate it, right? You get a mutual fund, which is basically like a sort of like a bank account, and you just automate it. You send money over there every month because you're making money because you're solving a problem and you're aligned. Boom. That's how business operates. If you want to make a $100,000 business, that's what you need to do. You need to discover your purpose. You need to know what money is. You need to solve a problem for people, which is probably a problem you've already solved within your own life. Get more aligned so that you can live out your purpose, and that when you do things, they actually connect with people and they actually work and they actually believe that you can assist them. And remember the quadrant, okay? You want to get over here, low time and low space, so use leverage. Capital, labor, media, code. Timeless, spaceless, massless, chargeless.
Mind blown.
So that's how you build a 6-figure business and higher. If you want my help with it, join the next run. Get the free Value Finder tool, and I'll see you there. For me and wifey. Peace. As I was popping this in the edit and about to upload it, I remembered that I had to add something. I forgot something. Okay, remember I was talking about masculine projection, okay? You got to project something into the world. This is the only way you have money. You have to give to get. You must give to receive. This is a law of the universe. So when you are at this level, you import money here, right? You import money into reality. You import money into reality. You import money into reality. Because you must give before you get. You must put a projection into the world. Otherwise, you're not going to receive anything. And that's that. Moving on.